Well, of course. I mean, I'm happy to collaborate with any film he ever makes because as I said, that he truly is a benchmark of cinema in a certain sense. When it comes to working in house, I think our endeavor has been like with a couple of films that we are making that are walking the path. Nowhere close to Rajamouli sir's vision, of course, but like Shhuddhi is actually a film that requires a certain kind of epic vision and scale, and it requires a certain kind of storytelling that is critical. Even what Ayan Mukherjee is endeavoring in his next film, which is like in the zone of a superhero space. So, and we also have the rights for Amish Tripathi's book Meluha. There are certain plans that we have, because I think that is the way forward. It's no longer like just a song and dance formula commercial film that you need to kind of go into like different zone of storytelling. And we're so rich in mythology, our country. We're so rich in fantasy. We are a country of fantasy and mythology, and it's sad that it's tapped into so rarely. What I think Rajamouli sir has done is actually drawn from Indian mythology, given it visual, given it modern day visual content, and given it this global feel in terms of technology. But at heart, I'm sure when I see it'll be a very rooted story, and I think that's what we are known for and what we should leverage. We're so hard up on trying to emulate the West and be very slick and cool and hip and try and kind of be modern in the sense of the word, whereas actually traditionally we are so rich in story. Mahabharata is like the mother of all stories in the world. Actually, there's not a single relationship that is not tapped into. Ramayana included, like these are like, when I wrote Kabhi Khushi Kabhie Gham, few people know, but actually it's a Ramayana story. It's exactly that. It's just told in a modern family way. Two brothers, and one sent off and one has to come and bring him back. It's very simple. I was telling Ramayana in my own way. There is, as I said, if you go to our Vedas and scriptures, there is just a story in every page, and I feel that we so rarely do that. I don't look at this religiously. I look at it as a legacy of education and literature. If you just go and read our scriptures, you will find the story, and I think that's where his genius lies. Language is a huge obstacle and impediment when it comes to communication cinema-wise. I want Rajamouli sir to make a Hindi language film. I want only so that I think that we can learn, and I think we can learn from his vision. I know if I was asked to make a Tamil or a Telugu language film, it would be tough for me because the beats are different. You must understand that, and I feel that about Mani Ratnam sir also. When you see him making his Tamil language film, you feel like he's at home. The moment he makes a Hindi language film, I feel like he might be struggling. He's a genius and a legend, and I adore his work. But I know from him that I know he's more at ease with his own language, because we have different pauses in our language, and a line can get conveyed in various ways when you get the intonation wrong. And I think only a filmmaker who understands his language, like I don't want to make any other language film. I've been approached for English language work, and I was like, even in English, which is my spoken language, I speak it, but there's a certain syntax in cinema which I'm more comfortable in Hindi. It's very strange. When I was directing English actors in My Name is Khan, I was so uncomfortable with how they were saying the lines. I was finding it very synthetic because I wasn't being able to direct them in English, though it's a language I speak. We're so trained in the language we operate in that it's very tough. So while I would like him, and I've already taken his assurance that if he ever makes a Hindi language film, he has to make it for me, I would want him to do it, but I know it would be a roadblock.
As a storyteller, we want our story to be heard by the maximum number of audiences. That is what drives a storyteller. Hindi film has more number of audiences. I want my story to be heard by more number of people. And it would be lying if I say, no, I don't, I'm comfortable down south, I don't want to come to Hindi. Or I'd be lying. I'd like it, but everything, and I completely agree with him on what he said about each and every line. Has a different meaning. The same sentence, and I have to depend on someone to say what does that sentence exactly mean. I have to take someone else's judgment. The director is nothing but a judge. Yeah. So how can you have another? It's like two directors directing a film. That is the reason why most of the times, one director working in other language doesn't work. But still, I should find some kind of a way to overcome that obstacle.
Common ground, I think.
Yes, yeah. Maybe a silent film.
You will manage that also. I think brilliantly. Why not make that?